Good evening, Dread Music Review fans, listeners. My name is Bernard Canna. I'm an editor, photographer with Dread Music Review. Want to introduce everyone. Thank you for taking the time with us to Noora from Battle Beast. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm great.
Welcome to Orlando and on the tour with Camelot and Delane.
Thank you.
So how's that been going so far?
It's been great.
Good.
It's been so great, and we were here last year touring at Sabaton and Leave Size,
Okay.
and it was our first time here. And since then, our fan base has grown a lot. Like last time, we didn't have any queues at the merch.
Right.
This time, it's been like from 50 to 100 people every night at the merch, and it's been amazing. Like how quickly people take you in. So.
Right, and I could say from when I looked, outside, or not outside, and even inside, looking from the back, the crowd that was there, how many people recognized you guys and cheering for you, and I was like, that's great to see. When you're opening a show, how great that is to see the fans
and
there.
It's also like I really like the culture in the States and Canada, how people embrace you if you're just talented and you do a great show, then they just took you in and you just have to show what you got.
Yep.
And you don't have to be necessarily known even before.
Understood. Yeah. So your last album, the fourth one, is called Bring on the Pain. Is that correct?
Bringer of Pain.
Bringer of Pain. It was dropped last year in 2017. You're still touring on that album.
Yes.
Is we expecting any new music from Battle Beast yet?
Yeah, we are actually working on it, but we had to have a little break because of this tour. So we're gonna continue doing the album when we get back home.
Okay, so you finished the tour here in the States, and then is there another leg going back to Europe, or is that the end?
We're gonna have some festivals. We have maybe a little bit over a dozen festivals this summer around Europe and Finland and Scandinavia, and at the same time, we are doing the new album, so it's gonna be a busy year again.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I was doing some research on your group and about you, and I was very surprised is that a lot of your roots from where your musically came from was from R&B. I guess so for jazz and like more soul music. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes. So my roots come from blues. Okay. Like 10 years ago, it's a long story. I try to be very, like say it short. But I started to understand when I was 4 years old that I really like singing and performing. And my first idol was Whitney Houston. I really loved her vocals and how big her voice was.
Right.
So what I did was just trying to imitate her, and I've always done that since I was a kid. I love imitating different kind of ways of making sounds.
Okay.
And of course, my father and mother, they taught me what is the best music, like Michael Jackson and Aretha Franklin, Tina Turner, and so on. So. And from rock side, like AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, so on. So I have so many good examples that I have been listening to since I was a little kid. And 10 years ago, in my life came Janis Joplin's music.
Okay.
I went to this little blues bar in my hometown, and there was a jam session, and I had never been on a jams before, and I was like, what do they do here? Like, and I had not sang blues music before that, so I just started improvising. I had listened to it, so I just wanted. I'm that kind of person that I really like to jump over the edge.
Right.
Not necessarily knowing what's going to happen, but I always trust my gut feeling. If I get the feeling that this is something that I need to do, then I do it. And so I jumped in the world of blues, and so I found my first band. It was called Admiral Octopus. And we did this 60s, 70s rock blues music like Janis Joplin, Eric Clapton, Jefferson's Airplane, and we also wrote our own music, which was kind of the similar kind of genre and the world as those were. But Janis Joplin is still the ultimate female idol of mine.
Oh, yours.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I don't think a lot of people figure from Europe that that blues music would come across the same way as it does for us here in the United States. Especially in the South and Louisiana, New Orleans, where that that's their culture. A lot of that is all blues and that kind of jazz. But here you are, like halfway across the world, and still listening to that same type of music that we do here.
That is. I'm kind of bluesy person, or how do you say? I really like. For me, the most important thing in music and singing and performing is that you have a soul in it, and you put your whole soul and heart and body into it. And blues is what is a good word for that.
Yes, but yet again, here you are, singing more metal, if anything else.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a transition, a big transition.
Yeah, but it's a great, you don't necessarily notice it, but I actually mix blues kind of singing in the heavy metal. I actually use all the different genres that I've learned during my years. What I've learned, I use it all in this band. So that is one thing that I really love about this job in this band. That even though I do other stuff too, when Battle Beast is on break or whatever, so that I can actually use everything that I've learned through my life in music-wise. And and before Battle Beast, I had not sang heavy metal before. So this was like the leap of faith again. When I was found on YouTube by these guys, and they called me like, "We heard you singing Janis Joplin. You want to join us?" Like, how
could you say no to that, right?
Yeah, and I was actually during that time I was in this phase of my life that I kind of had already tried this rock. Hard rock kind of music and every kind of style in different kind of bands, as a guest star. Right. So I kind of felt like, okay, now it's time for me to do something more. Right. And then it comes.
And there it comes.
And there it comes. And of course not. I won't say no. If someone asks me to, hey, you want to go touring for a month with Sonata Arctica? Right. And with us and do something that you have never done before, but we think you got the talent for that. So, heck yeah.
Yeah, and I don't blame you. And we're glad that and I'm sure all your thousands of fans that are out there are glad that you did do that. Because I think Battle Beast has become a very successful band. And for me, I've been following your music for a little bit. So to see you guys come over here to the U.S. to finally tour again, I was very happy to see that and to get this interview. So thank you very much for that. We appreciate it.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
What last words did you have to tell our fans about either your tour, your music, the upcoming album, or whatever's on the top of your head at the moment?
Well, first of all, I want to say that people, go get your Bringer of Pain album, because I think, and many other people too, think that it's the best album from us. So, and about our music and our style is that we are definitely a blender of different styles. When we all have different musical influences, so it's not all that we have only listened to heavy metal music and this is what we do. We actually we all in this band have different influences, and we put it in the Battle Beast blender, and there it's born. It's Battle Beast music. So go check it out, and go check out also other previous albums. And what I can say about us, that we are like primarily live band. We always give 110 or 200% on the stage and never leave you cold. That's for sure.
And I would agree with that. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's and for everyone in this band, it's like the passion to do it on stage, and it's so much powerful, even more powerful than the feeling when you listen to the music. So
it's to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's absolutely right. So if you haven't seen Battle Beast live, go catch them on tour. You can find on their website. Is it just battlebeast.com to find?
Battlebeast.fi.
Battlebeast.fi. Go find their music. Go find their merchandise. Find tour dates while they're still here in the U.S. Catch them while you can. And thank you for your time tonight. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Once again, I'm Bernard Cannon for Dread Music Review, and we will keep an eye out for more interviews, photos and review from this show on our website. Take care.